Today we're going to Rhode Island to visit Roger Williams National Historic Memorial. He had a lot to do with the principles of the First Amendment of freedom of religion. So he lived in Massachusetts, but he was banned from Massachusetts because he didn't, he thought that everybody should have a freedom of religion. So he came to Providence, where he founded this area. Providence, Rhode Island.
Take the exit toward Rhode Island College, then
Capitol building. This is Roger Williams Historical Sites Visitor Center.
The mouth that irrepressibly spoke out for what he called soul liberty. The stature of a man whose legacy of freedom is a basic tenet of American democracy. Born in London in 1603, Roger Williams was educated for the ministry at Cambridge University, but became increasingly troubled by the king's religious persecution.
It's a freshwater spring, which attracted Roger Williams to this site. An anchor for the community. He built his house across the street, and the religious and civil meetings took place around this water. The Roger Williams National Site, there really isn't anything here to see. Would you say, Jim?
No.
But if you're in Providence, I mean, I would not come here out of my way. We were passing through, so we really didn't go out of our way. But I wouldn't come out of my way here to see this. If you're in Providence or in the Providence area, there is a nice park to sit and have lunch. And I guess not too far from here is a whole street of houses from the 1700s that still have the hitching post and the boot scrape boards.
So Roger Williams believed that the government could not enforce the first 4 commandments. And the first 4 were, you shall have no other gods but me. You shall not make for yourself an idol, nor bow down and worship to it. You shall not misuse the name of your Lord, your God. You shall remember and keep the Sabbath day holy. So he thought the government had no right to enforce those 4 commandments. That's why he was being kicked out of Massachusetts.
Trailer hooked on. I said, let's go look at that street. But no, we get this thing hooked on the back.
Yeah, it's a very pretty city. Oops.
There's those line things, Dad. A couple of scooters.
Yeah.
Back there.
There's like a little river that goes through it. Could be a big river. I have no idea. We're supposed to make a left here.
Yep.
There's old buildings with new buildings.
Some sort of Navy thing there. See it? On the right? You'll pass it here in a second.
Yeah, there's a big memorial. I mean, mural. As we make the turn, you can see the river that flows through the entire city of Providence. There are several places to walk along the river, picnic, and ride your bike. It's a beautiful city. It's very pretty for a capital.
Put in there, no overnight parking anywhere in the city.
Yeah, no overnight parking anywhere in the city of Providence without a permit. New Bedford, Massachusetts was known as the crossroads for the whaling industry during its heyday. Jim was amazed that they still had cobblestone streets in many places throughout the town.
Herman Melville visited here.
New Bedford itself was the whaling capital of the United States. So a whaling voyage in 1853 made a profit of $75,402, of which 30% went to the master. 3% of net profit went to the chief mate. 70% went to the merchant. And the last percentage of $133 went to the seaman. So this poor seaman made the least amount, which makes sense.
Merchant was a person who owned the whale ship.
The master was the master or captain. And the chief mate, he took orders directly from the master or from the captain.
It's a whaling chart from a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy in 1851. It shows kind of a location of where they got some whales.
The Whaling Museum in New Bedford. It is not part of the National Park System. It's a big whale. The state pier has a ferry that goes to Nantucket and also Martha Vineyard.
The benches have a cleat to hold yourself down.
This is a fisherman tribute.
Yeah, thing there. Or one of these things is a skimmer where it skims off all the
Trash.
okay.
They have a trash skimmer.
Oh, there it is.
It's out doing
It's
something.
right there. That's it.
Oh, that's it.
We decided to stop at the Moby Dick Brewing Company, and boy was it good. I'm having a Belgium White draft beer, and its name is Captive King. And it's good. Good sandwich. Lobster cheese. Bacon scallop wraps. All delicious.
We were here on a Saturday. We were able to park for free right in front of the YMCA building. All the meters have bags over them saying no parking. And there was never anybody around us all day. Plenty of RV parking available.
Next, we went to the Adams Historical Site, where you take a trolley to view the 3 different buildings that were their houses. This was Deacon Adams' home, where John Adams grew up. This was one of 2 fireplaces located in the house. And here is her spinning wheel. Here is the second fireplace that she used as an oven. John Adams bought this house, and this is where Quincy Adams was born and raised. Lived here during the Revolutionary War, and Quincy could recall the night that the Bunker Hill battle took place. They could hear it from here. This house was called Peacefield. It was the home and farm of John Adams and his wife Abigail Smith Adams. It later became the home of John Quincy Adams and his wife Louisa Kathleen Adams. The oldest portion of the house was built in 1731. The original owners of this house were loyalists, and they fled during the Revolutionary War. While the Adams were in London, they bought the house unseen and from memory from years before. when they came back, they were a little bit disappointed because it had been abandoned for 14 years. So the Adams spent 12 years in Philadelphia as vice president and then president, but Abigail attended to the farm. Later on, John Quincy returned to the house after completing his ambassadorship in Berlin and made more extensions to the house. And then his son, Charles Francis Adams, made additional improvements to the house. And it has stayed in the family for years and years. The Adams still can say whether or not what is done to this National Historic Site. Normandy Farms, located in Foxborough, Massachusetts, is a great campground. It is more like glamping instead of camping, if you've ever heard that term. And we were on lot 21, which was fantastic. It was really close to the lodge. And we will be doing a review on that in 2 weeks. So please stay tuned for that review. Next week, we are going to go to Boston and do a gravestone tour. And then the following week, we will be doing the review on this campground. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and please give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Also, make any comments that helps us improve the channel. Thank you and have a great day.